To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine.
What up, dude? This your boy Peanut, the People's Nut Man, the practitioner of life giving help and advice. Back with another one, trying to help you young bulls from making the biggest mistakes of your life and avoid these big pitfalls. So today we're going to dive into some of this Shannon Sharpe saga.
I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends.
Well, what, Gabby?
You're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
I've never been the type to follow celebrity gossip, and I would not recommend anybody mimic their lives according to how these celebrities live or these influencers or these athletes. Because most of the time, their life is curated to have a perception that they're doing things the right way, but behind the scenes, as you can see with the Shannon Sharpe stuff, it'd be a totally different story. But we're going to use this Shannon Sharpe situation as a learning lesson for a lot of you young bulls that you can learn from. Yep, today we're going to cover Uncle Shay's wild ride from an NFL superstar, NFL legend, to a cautionary tale. We're going to break down a few lessons that all my young teens can learn from Uncle Shay. So you too won't end up in a $50 million lawsuit. Let's get it.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you did what you think you did to me.
Picture this. Shannon Sharpe is 56 years old, out here living his best life, ESPN gig, podcast, empire built. This man probably dead lifts a Prius just for fun. And then he gets caught up in this scam. Whether the accusations are true or not, this is a master class on what not to do, my young kings out there. So please learn from other people's mistakes instead of don't just make fun of them and crack jokes, but also learn the lessons that come from it. So let's break down 3 lessons that you should learn from this Shannon Sharpe side of it. Uncle Shay taught us a lot. Uncle Shay in this instance remind me a lot of my own uncle. By all accounts, this is the uncle that messes up a lot, but he got a lot of funny stories. And this is the only piece of advice that I've ever taken from him. He said, never trust a man that can't control his urges, because the fastest way that you can lose everything is by chasing. Fastest way you can lose everything is by chasing what's between a woman's legs that does not care if you fall. And we're seeing this happen time and time again by so many celebrities. Our late great Kevin Samuels always said that high value men are not going to associate with you if you lack big discipline, because you can bring down a whole empire by not being able to control your urges. And we've seen this, like Shannon Sharpe is losing a lot.
Granddaddy Shannon Sharpe, okay? So unfortunately, guys, he has lost ESPN and he has lost his $100 million podcast deal.
First lesson my young bulls should learn from this: make sure that you keep your circle tight and choose your circle wise. My guy Shannon Sharpe, Uncle Shay, bless his heart, he met this 19-year-old at the gym back in 19. I was about to say 19. No, well, bless his heart, he met this young lady, this 19-year-old, back at the gym in 2023. I was about to say it. Now, I'm not saying you can't be friends with all ages, because I have a lot of young bulls that I'm cool with and different people. But you have to also understand the power dynamic, especially when it gets to like those heterosexual relationships between a man and a woman and all that other stuff. He's 56 and she's 19. A lot will say that power dynamic, and he's famous and he got money. A lot of people will say that power dynamic would stop that young lady from saying no when she should be able to say no because she'll be overwhelmed. Which, the verdict's out on that because, in this modern society, we allow young ladies to make adult decisions to prostitute themselves. Because this girl was an OnlyFans girl, so she was selling nude content online. So I'm gonna stay away from that part. And you as young men should take that into consideration, especially once you start getting up there in age. Is this a good dynamic socially? Right? All of that. You hear a lot of men saying it. Don't be that dude that's 56 years old dating someone younger than your kid's sneakers, man. Because that does come off like a big red flag. And I know, I've read a lot of the comments online, people talking about consent, especially males, consent. But my young bulls, consent is only the starting point. It's the baseline, not the finish. When there's such a big age gap, there's always going to be a power dynamic, which creates this messy situation that's going to be messier than the locker room after double overtime. So don't do it to yourself. Don't do it, my young bull.
Oh, they talk to us. How, this dating thing. Because it's Mo is different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
Are you trying to say what you trying to say? Mo,
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at me.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Monique, Cat Williams, so many people tried to warn him to tell him to settle down and that they don't mess with like Bill Bellamy was saying. Like you gotta move a little different, especially when you have status, fame, and money. You have to move a little different. You have to move a little cautious. So I would advise my young boys to surround yourself around people that matches your stage of life, your values, where you're headed. That's gonna keep you grounded and like talk you off the ledge or talk you back from letting the 19-year-old say that she wants your big black baby and like you should have been like abort. Like it was so many red flags that I feel like Shannon Sharpe overlooked because of his own urges. And I would have felt like she was baiting me. When you listen to the recorded conversation, it seemed like she was baiting him to get him to say certain things. And then she kept repeating what he was saying. Like, man, it was crazy.
And getting choked, so I guess we're going.
I might choke you in public. Big black guy chose small white woman.
It's not a good book, Shannon.
Not a good look that you do what you think you did to me.
Lesson 2. Keep your private life private. Social media is not your diary. We see it all the time. We see all these young women and some males get on TikTok or all these different social platforms and you spill out your gut. I will say this and I'm going to say it again. Paper is more forgiving. If you want to tell somebody or tell something, write it down on a piece of paper. Sometimes you don't need to put all your information online. So lock down your personal business. Because a year before all of this stuff happened with Shannon Sharpe, we all know that he said he accidentally went on live. I mean, anything can happen, but I'm like, that's far from the truth because you got to press too many buttons and do too much to go live.
That's my Michelle. That's my Michelle.
I think he was probably doing that, like some people said, to try to stir up controversy because we know in this day and age, controversy gets you numbers and get people eyes on your podcast and all this other stuff. So the more you stay in the algorithm the more you stay in the algorithm good graces, the more money you make because you're going to push out content. That's why so many people do all of these crazy things to stay relevant on social media or on the internet. And then we have the leaked audio of him threatening to choke somebody. Like this is not any of the mixtapes that you want to drop. This is not the things that you want to happen. His legacy is really taking a big hit from all of it. Fellas, your phone is not your friend. I'm not saying be Amish and lock up your phone, but just use common sense. Make sure your phone is password protected. Make sure you're not videotaping anything. Also, make sure you're not sending videos out there because you see how all these hackers are hacking into the clouds and you don't want any of these scandals. So you have to be careful and cautious. Lesson number 3, which is the biggest lesson that I hope you guys take today. Build a legacy, not losses. And how do you build legacy? You have to play the long game. You have to play the long game. Shannon Sharpe, who is a legend in the NFL, many Super Bowls, many Pro Bowls. This man should be chilling somewhere with his family, drinking Mai Tais, doing something different. But now we're seeing this scandal over $50 million lawsuit. I'm not saying that marriage is for everybody, but this man should probably be somewhere chilling. But the point is, build something that lasts. Legacy, community, family, something more than these scandals. Now Uncle Shay Shay, because of all of this stuff, has to step away from First Take. He has lost podcast deals and also fighting the public opinion right now. I know a lot of people are split. We some people say it's a shakedown. Some people say he's guilty. I've even heard someone say that the reason why he offered to pay the $10 million was that so this wouldn't get into the public eye. In some cases, it probably would have been easier for him to just pay the money because he didn't want the embarrassment to come back on his family. But God, don't he turn it down that much. We all know that this lawyer that's doing this, he's kind of a scummy lawyer. Like he definitely is like what they call an ambulance chaser.
As soon as I seen the attorney was Bubsby, it went in the trash. That's Busby is a hustling, and he seems like he only attacks black men. F you, Busby. Nobody's going for it. Until you is looking for a fast money grab, I would stop using burnt out like Busby. Like, come on. If this really did happen, I'm so sorry to the victim. I feel for you. Please, because it was bad enough Michelle had to listen to that nasty ass slave breathing in her ear. What would you like that Michelle? Master be out here in a minute. Hurry up and let me fuck about this outhouse, Michelle.
That's beside the point. We got to get back to the lessons that I hope you guys are learning from all of this. So my young bulls, man, make sure your priorities are in order. A perfect example of somebody that has their priorities in order that I think is good, as far as like from what I see, is Gilly. Gilly the kid with him and Wallow, like dude, the way Gilly is with his wife, that's how you supposed to be. Like man, you're supposed to be out here building legacy and avoiding these pitfalls. What you can learn from Gilly and his wife is invest in a partner that uplifts you. Find a partner that wants to be a teammate, not somebody that want to fight you in court. And also, we see the way Tootie treat Gilly. I think that should be the main goal. I mean, unfortunately, statistically, a lot of us may not find that. A lot of us may not get that. So just to recap the 3 lessons that I hope you guys learned from today's video, make sure you pick the right people. Keep your phone on airplane mode. Just be safe. Like whenever you leave the house, turn your phone on airplane mode. I'm just kidding. But make sure you keep your phone on lock. And 3, focus on being a legend, not a lawsuit. But I'd like to hear from y'all. Maybe it was some lessons that I missed out of all of this. Maybe you guys gleaned some other lessons from this whole Shannon Sharpe saga. So make sure you comment down below. And if you like the video, man, make sure you subscribe. This is your boy Peanut the Keeper's Nut, man. Until next time. Peace.